Welcome to a live stream. We're doing something very cool today, which is talking about body confidence and just confidence in general. Confidence when it comes to your artwork, confidence when it comes to your body, confidence when it comes to your social media, confidence when it comes to trying not to freak the fuck out every time your mom calls to give you advice that you didn't even ask for. Pretty much all the things. And I'm really excited to do something a little bit different. I hope you guys are excited about this new platform. You know, if you don't know me, I'm Dina. I run a platform called Letter Shop, and my dog can't stop sneezing. Are you okay? What are you doing? You trying to find some gold mines in the carpet? I see you, Roxy. She's playing games with me today. So earlier today, I went ahead and I asked you guys some questions. How can I help you with your positivity? So I want to go ahead and do a live stream later today and talk a little bit about how I'm able to stay confident about my body, about my very bald head, about my work, about social media, and everything in between. So leave your questions and I'll answer. Now, a lot of you might be like, who the fuck are you to give us advice? I'm a person. I'm a woman. I probably deal with all the same things that you guys deal with on a daily basis, so I'd love to give you my feedback. I went ahead and I asked a couple questions to my Instagram audience. I don't know how many followers I have, like 37,000 followers, and a couple of you guys gave me some really good questions and fears and struggles that I want to talk about today on my platform. So let's get into it. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. All right, so we already got a sticker up for Instagram and YouTube. You're just gonna have to play along with me. Is I struggle with my own mom. I love her so much, but damn, woman, besides myself, she's my biggest critic. Now, usually what you'll hear from advice when it comes to your self-esteem is you have to surround yourself with people who will support you. If your partner is making you feel bad about the way you look, they shouldn't be your partner. If your friends are overcritical of your body, your job, your dreams, they probably shouldn't be your friends. But family? I mean, what are you supposed to do when your mom doesn't like you? Well, she's your mom. Like, she's not going anywhere. You can't just banish her, or can you? I definitely have my own struggles with my mom. She is a horrible alcoholic, and she's also probably one of the most bullheaded women I've ever met in my entire life, but I love her to death. She raised me. I owe her literally my life. So how can I say no? How can I not pick up the phone when she calls? How can I just stop taking all the ridicule that she gives me every time I get on the phone with them? I don't know about you, but if you're just like 10 pounds overweight, your families might be the kind of family that constantly reminds you of it. Hey, did you know that you're fat? I didn't know that. Thank you for the reminder, Mom. So what do you do in that situation? You'd have to be honest. That's really all you can do. Sometimes that honesty might alienate or hurt that relationship, but in my experience, it's only going to help you grow, because by you just resenting the fuck out of your mom and just letting her think it's okay for her to talk to you is not all right. You are an adult woman or man, or you're still figuring it out gender. You got other shit to do, all these other things that are circling over your head on a daily basis, and your mom should be a place where you go to when you are having a hard day. Should be a place you go to when you're feeling sick and you need to feel comforted, not the other way around. All you can do is be honest, and hopefully they react the way that you want them to eventually, but all you can do is try, right? Let's go on to the next question. Red lip and buzz cut will forever be the look. Thanks so much, British Dream Girl. You're my dream girl. Did you know that? If you guys aren't following British Dream Girl on Instagram, you have to immediately. This plus size cutie, she's all types of encouraging for anyone who struggles with body image issues. She rocks a stretch mark like I've never seen before. She makes me want to like do a fucking photo shoot with her and we can like compare stretch marks. I would just freak the fuck out if that happened. And I've also drawn her for one of my previous posters that says something around the lines of, don't let people influence the way that you feel about yourself. And it's just filled with actual comments that I found on plus size models' web pages and their Instagrams of all this bullshit that people leave on their Instagram, which is just horrifying. That was a research that I did not enjoy doing, but all those comments are real. If you're interested in checking out that piece, visit my Instagram. The username's Lettershop. Let's move on to the next question. I've always been uncomfortable about my weight. So this is obviously a huge struggle for a lot of people. And it's not just a women's issue. There's male body positivity that honestly should exist more than it does. I feel like women sometimes own, like, we're the only ones that have body issues, but we all have body issues. If you have a body, you probably have an issue with it. Am I right? So how can we get past this struggle? Now, we have to make a clear line. This is what the trolls will always combat at you, is what about health? There is a difference between being 20 pounds overweight and being so big that you can't leave your house and you have severe diabetes and you have to get your foot taken off. There's a clear line, and I think people need to understand that. And also, if you are already overweight, are you just supposed to feel shame until you're skinny or until the rest of the world deems it appropriate for the way that you look? Of course not. So shame is not a very good motivator when it comes to losing weight. Don't get me wrong, it's worked for millions of people in the past. I mean, there's infomercials, there's constant media. I bought one bra today, and I have been seeing 6 different underwear companies being advertised to me, telling me that my body isn't good enough, and oh, how much prettier I would be if I was only 2 cups bigger, with the right padding, of course. This is not good. It's no wonder that we all feel ashamed of our bodies, even if there's nothing fucking wrong with them. So what's really helped me personally feel more comfortable in my body, and I'm a plus size woman. I'm not plural, I'm one woman, come on. I'm 240 pounds, I'm 5'9", and I've been overweight on and off my whole life. Mostly because even when I was at my skinniest, like 170 pounds when I was in high school, people still told me I was fat. I still got fucking jazzercise videos for Christmas. I had to wear a cast on my stomach for 2 weeks because my dad's new wife tried to make a good impression with me, and the first thing that came out of her mouth, which barely knew English, was, "You're not skinny enough." So at this point, I'm barely even fat at this point, probably just normal with my BMI, and the whole world, especially my family, is telling me that I'm overweight. This creates a complex and an eating disorder that turns into eating more Slim Fast than actual meals, taking diet pills that I'm way too young to be taking, and hey, did you know that anal leakage is a symptom of fucking diet pills? Yeah, that was an embarrassing moment in the fucking 12th grade as an almost adult woman. My asshole was literally leaking in class, was wearing khaki pants, all because people forced their shame on me without me even able to develop my own opinion about my body, the way I perceive myself, or even who I was as a person. So obviously I'm getting fueled up. I'm getting angry. So let's calm down for a second. Dina, you're letting this look get to your head. Oh my God, you're such an angry feminist right now. Can we just focus? Okay. So the moral of the story is, how do you feel better if body image is an issue for you? Surround yourself with supportive people. Check. Surround yourself with only positive influences in your life, especially on Instagram. If you see someone who's using, what is it called, Facetune or Photoshop to improve their look to the point where their boobs just got way bigger and their waist a non-existent size that can exist in humanity without them being dead, that's probably not the best places you should be investing your time in. Something that helped me was looking at other body positivity pages, looking at more mental health pages, following women who looked more like me, so I felt a little bit less alone in how I was feeling. And it took up until me being 30 years old, which is how old I am right now, for me to finally be okay with the way that I look. And believe it or not, I'm getting healthier and healthier because I eat healthy food, because I choose to, not out of a place of shame. I work out a couple times a week because I know I need to move my body, because I'm a stay-at-home working woman who draws for a living, and I realize that just the trip to the kitchen, to the bedroom, to the office is probably not enough cardio for me. So these are all things that I realize that I need to do for myself out of a place of help and self-love, but not shame. And I think there needs to be a very clear distinction in your mind, which can take a while, but I promise you it'll make the biggest difference. At least it did for me. What else we got in here? Do you say affirmations? I don't know. I don't think I say affirmations. I draw affirmations. Is that better? As a hand lettering artist, I think, first of all, it took me way too long to come up with my own content to write a hand lettered phrase. I was copying what everyone else was doing. The first piece I have is actually in my wall right next to me that says dream big, work hard, which honestly I think is a pretty empty statement. But what is much more empowering is life is fucking hard, so you might as well love your body in the process. That shit helps me. If it just includes like a curse word or something that's a little bit more personal, a little bit more detailed versus life or love, I'd rather just be like, no, working as a creative, my body issues, my mental health issues, the fact that I love cannabis, all these different things. So that way, A, it's going to relate to me a little bit more. And hey, if you're an artist making that kind of content, it's probably going to relate to a hell of a lot of other people too. So things to keep in mind. But I've never tried affirmations. Maybe I should. For too long, we have our next question. I've allowed others to define me and my abilities. How do I reverse this damage? Oh my God. That's really hard. I think if you're especially young asking this question, the only really good answer is time and experimentation. That's really all that's going to work for you. Unfortunately, there's no quick and set way to really do anything. You can't be a millionaire overnight unless you play the lottery. You're not going to magically have all these superpowers of confidence overnight. And you're certainly not going to stop listening and stop giving a fuck what people think about you overnight either. It's an everyday struggle. You have to keep just kind of reshaping the way that you think about things. Just what's really helped me is a crazy amount of self-awareness. It just, if I'm in a moment where and it can happen so quickly. Sometimes I don't even realize it happened until the next day or the next week because I just replay that shit in my brain like over and over and over again. I don't know if that happens to you. I'll have like a conversation with a friend and I'll tell them of a goal. And this happens all the time where I'm sitting there and I'm telling them my dreams, or I'm sitting there and I'm telling them about a new way that I'm trying to be healthy. And they roll their eyes, or something about them sometimes is more of the issue I've found, where they feel like they can't achieve those kinds of goals and dreams, so why the fuck should I be able to? And it's almost like I'm attacking them and their goals because they don't either A, don't have any, 2, have no idea what they would be, 3, can't choose a dream because they have so many, or 4, they're just as afraid of as fuck like everybody else to say them out loud for fear of being rejected exactly how they are rejecting you. So that's why it's so important that you at least have that one friend, that one confidant. It can be someone you met on Instagram. It can be me. It could be your mom. It can be that one really amazing childhood friend that you had when you were little that you've been desperate to reconnect with, but for some reason you haven't. Whoever that person is, you need at least that one person in your corner telling you that you can do it, telling you that you should just go for it, because you're gonna fail, it's gonna fucking happen, but that's how you learn. When you fall off your bike, you get back up and you try again, right? That's what the fucking parents say. And I know all this shit sounds like, I don't know, like meta or touchy-feely, but hey, I'm a woman, I'm an artist, I'm a bald woman. It doesn't get more touchy-feely than this. Bring it on, trolls. I know you can't hate on me, but when you have that one person in your corner, they give you so much fucking power that you feel like you can do anything. For me, that person is my fiance, a person who just 10 minutes ago, I was complaining that my thighs were sore because I did like this workout and I haven't worked out in like 4 months. And he just took my pants off and started shaking my jelly around to help me feel better about myself, making me feel even more beautiful and silly in the process. So it's like having a really caring partner seriously can make the difference. And if your boyfriend or girlfriend isn't that kind of partner, it might be time to start to rethink that relationship. Honestly and truly, I've had those abusive relationships, and abuse doesn't always look like a slap on the face or like, shut up, bitch, you should die. Sometimes it includes the everyday little things that just chip away at your soul until one day you look in the mirror and you cannot even recognize who you are anymore. Seriously. Let's go on to the next question. I've never done a live stream like this. I haven't posted on YouTube in quite a while. Usually I'm sitting here always talking about like creativity or freelance or business advice. And yes, I don't know, this video might not get as many views as those, but I don't really care. I was so overwhelmed by the amount of positive messages that I got after I shaved my head. And I did this for a lot of different reasons. This is not even like a 48-hour haircut. I was so nervous about it because I feel like women feel so obligated to have long hair and to look extra feminine. And my whole life I've had this like, you know, really honestly like sweet fucking hair, like really curly cues. My whole life I wanted straight hair. You always want the hair that you don't have. If you have curly hair, you want straight hair. If you have straight hair, you want curly hair, right? It's always greener on the other side, unfortunately. And then finally, I'm like, I actually don't really care about shaving my head. And I talked to my boyfriend about it, and he didn't care either. He was incredibly supportive for it. He was like, and he actually has a shaved head too, so kind of we match now. So that's kind of funny in public. That's a good look, right? When like couples just slowly start to look like each other. And we just did it the other day in the bathtub, and he just shaved it all the fuck off, and it felt amazing. And it's so weird to feel like the air on it, and I had like years of dandruff that I could finally reach to remove. It was amazing. I recommend it. Everyone in the world shave their head at least once in their lives. Women, men, I don't care who the fuck you are, your dogs. Everyone should experience this feeling. Even cats. All right, so let's go on to the next question. I never think I'm good enough, almost as if I don't deserve what I desire. I think a lot of that, like we're saying, there's a vicious cycle of this feedback loop that we find ourselves in. We keep hearing that we're not good enough. People keep saying, oh, if you can't be an artist, so you end up having to compromise your values or whatever your situation is. And then it's a feedback loop. And then all of a sudden, all those voices that you keep hearing, just completely dismantling everything that you want to become, becomes your voice, to the point where you don't even know that you're doing it anymore. At least that's what it was like for me. For years, I spent $100,000 in education that I honestly didn't need, all because my parents and TV and my friends and the community and culture was telling me that you can't be an artist. You were going to be a starving artist. That's what everyone says, right? How are you supposed to make a living? Now, just because that person who's never tried art in their life, for some reason is supposed to be the encyclopedia on how to get a job in that industry, probably not, right? Seems a little fucking ridiculous, doesn't it? Enter your XY dream here, but instead, if there's something you want to do or something you want to become, talk to someone who's already doing it. They're going to be the person that's going to tell you that it's possible. They're going to be the person that you're going to be able to relate to and get advice from and possibly coaching. Like if you want to get coaching from me, and I've only actually given coaching like more of a therapy session once. For the most part, it's usually about art and marketing. But hey, I'm open to that, I guess. But if you want to book a coaching spot with me, that's link in bio or link in description if you're watching this on YouTube, just saying. And I think we just need to just stop it in our tracks right now. And if there's something that you realize that you can't do, fucking say out loud that you can. I know that sounds ridiculous. I know talking to yourself might not be the best advice, but I mean, maybe that's what an affirmation is. Maybe an affirmation doesn't have to be necessarily a phrase that you repeat to yourself or a motivational poster that you hang up in your office. Why can't you just say things out loud? Like the second you realize, no, there's no way I could, learn how to use Photoshop and Illustrator. Wait, yes, I can. I can fucking open up Photoshop and Illustrator. There's no way that I'm in my 30s or 40s and I can't start my art career now. No, yes, I can start my art career now. There's hundreds, if not thousands of people doing the exact same thing that you want to be doing that you can reach out to for help. There's educational resources. And let's be honest, every person that I've ever met who's made it, you goddamn right they got a fucking tutorial, some sort of course or coaching because they're trying to capitalize on that experience. So, hey, I think paying for coaching is probably a better idea than going to school. That's just my personal opinion. Why is my voice higher? Yes, the internet is an amazing place, and I think you should try to do things for free. And then when you run out of free resources, pay a little bit. And then when you start to make more money from hopefully those cheap resources, you can pay more money. And that's how I did it. That's how I got good at marketing. That's how I got good at lettering. That's how I got good at public speaking. That's how I got good at body positivity. That's how I got good at pretty much everything you've ever seen me do that I'm kind of good at. Practice. But sometimes you just have to find the right teacher. All right. Never feel like anything I do or I am is good enough because I always feel like I could do and be better. This is ridiculous. What? Why can't we just appreciate what we have? Why is it always a race to be better, faster, more popular, have more money? If we just all sat down for a second and think about, and I know this is like a motivational poster somewhere on Pinterest, is like, it took you so long to get where you are right now. And you're probably in a place right now in your life that you wish you could have been a couple of years ago. So don't feel ashamed that you're not moving fast enough. The fact that you're even still going for it is all that matters. The second you stop drawing, you're no longer an artist. The second you stop singing, you're no longer a singer. The second you stop writing, you're no longer a writer. But the second you pick up that pencil, you're doing that thing that you're fucking making those little tiny motherfucking steps to get to the top. You're doing it. You are already an artist. You are already a singer or a writer or a playwright or a poet or a rapper or a designer or whatever the fuck that you want to be. So just fucking own it. You can't expect to get validation always from social media, from your family, from your friends. There has to be a certain kind of check and balance where you're able to give it to yourself because that's the one person you can control. That's the one person that you can get everything you need from if you just know how to hone that motherfucking power. So don't feel like you're not doing enough as long as you're doing something. And then just keep doing it. You know? How do you deal with making mistakes so hard on myself after? I think it depends. Like, I'm definitely a lot hard, like, I can't say this word all the time, but compartmentalize. I can never say that word. My personal life from my working life. In my working life, I have my marketing hat on. I know that I have to fail in order to know what works and what doesn't. If I post, like for example, I'm posting twice a day now on Instagram. So that's 14 posts, which I know that might sound crazy to some people, but I got a whole system that I only actually, it's mostly a lot of reposts. It's showcasing my process and my face so my audience can relate to me. There's a whole strategy. But unless I start posting that content, I'm not going to know what's relating to my audience. It's the same issue when people start complaining that just creating an account or, creating an account post algorithm, like before they even got to experience the chronological goddess that was Instagram not too long ago. That just, rest in peace, chronological Instagram. Where you haven't created enough data, aka art, aka photography, whatever kind of content you're posting on Instagram, to know what people like and what they don't. Yes, there's a part of it that's always a piece of yourself, and yes, it's always going to hurt when other people don't like it, but that doesn't mean it wasn't worth doing. That doesn't mean that it's not beautiful. It doesn't mean that that didn't fucking help you grow in some way, either with your skills if you're an artist or somewhere up here or in here, So take that, and why can't I somehow push that over to the personal life section? Like dating. Sometimes you have to date a lot of fucked up frogs before you get to kiss a prince, right? And also, like, sometimes you have to date a lot of fucked up people that treat you poorly in order to really appreciate that really nice girl who picked up the check on the first date and made you feel beautiful. Or that guy who opened the door for you and you were in shock because literally no man has ever done that for you before. You know what I mean? Sometimes it takes all those negative experiences, those traumas we've had in our childhood, those bad memories, those bad relationships, those poor friendships, in order to truly honor and be ready for the good people that come into your life. To be ready for the good moments in your life, so that way you can really appreciate them. You know what I mean? So if we just started to think making mistakes is just a part of life, arguably the most important part, maybe we could finally accept ourselves, honor ourselves, and feel good, so that way we can have the confidence and the energy and the community and the platform to make those goals actually happen. What if? So stop getting in your own way and own it, make mistakes, and fail forward. And it's the only way to be happy, I guess. That's the whole point. I don't know what the meaning of life is, but I'm assuming we're supposed to enjoy it, right? All right, I'm going to end this video here. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm going to go ahead and post it on the tube. What's up, YouTube? So if you're watching this on YouTube, definitely hit that subscribe button, like, and leave a comment, or better yet, just tell someone else that we exist, or me exist, or the community exists. That'd be really cool. If you're on Instagram, I don't know if this piece will go live or if I'll be able to upload it to IGTV. I have no idea, because Instagram goes down. It doesn't work. I get errors. I get deleted. Who knows? I hate you. But you're the #1 reason I have a living as an artist, so I keep using you, I guess. All right, guys. Thanks so much for being my best friend on the internet, and I'll talk to you real soon. Bye. Bye, 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 bye. Bye. Yeah. That was annoying. I'm sorry.